HappyThumbsGaming. Booyakashow!
Hey everybody, it's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming. Today we're checking out 20 Serpent Emblems that we can find on Leon's campaign in Resident Evil 6. So here we are right at the beginning, and we have just met up with a nice gentleman named Robert. And once Robert departs this room here, we're going to turn to our left and head over to the closet. And you can't miss it once you find that closet. Booyakashow. Here we are just a little bit further. We just kind of had a big old battle in the long hallway corridor there. And once you make it into this room where there's a couple Z's on the floor that you think are going to get you, but don't, you make it into this office room here. And if you're smart enough to check the desk drawer like old Iron Blumpkin there, you'll find Serpent Emblem number 2. So we've marked these by chapter and by emblem. And feel free to search out and scroll through for the ones you need. Alright, so we're a little bit further. We've already gone through one segment of the train here, and we've made it through a secondary little pathway of stairwells and whatnot. And once you drop down, you just want to make sure that you look over to your right, and once again, you can't miss it. As long as you look to the right, once you hit the tracks, you will be fine. The first set has electricity there, so if you're looking there and you see a big electricity field or whatnot, you haven't got there yet. Just keep pushing along. You won't miss it. Then here we are towards the end of Chapter 1, and this is the second time we've actually made it to this bar here. And on your way out, as long as you look at those bar stools, again, just one of those ones you can't miss. Now this one is pretty easily missed. After you've cleared the cemetery and you're on your way up the hill, stop and turn around, and there she blows. I saved myself some ammo by kicking that Serpent Emblem right in the face. Booyakashow. We're messing around with the Madonna statues. And off to the right-hand side in one of the segments where you have to simultaneously insert the statues, if you just kind of turn around, and you could do this from the left-hand side as well, but we found it easier to see from the right-hand side if you're standing at the beginning of the room. And just make sure you turn around and pop that sucker right out from that honeycomb stained glass window-like object up there. All right, this one's a little tricky. So there's a couple bathrooms that are almost hidden doors along the hallway here, and we're in Chapter 2, getting pretty deep here. Right after the lepotitsa, the big thing that looks like it's got boobies all over it with the nipples cut out on it. Yeah, that nasty thing. So once you find the bathroom, there's 2 bathrooms. One of them has a zombie on the shitter like you just saw, and if you go over to the sink and press the action button, it will drain the sink, and sure enough, guess what? You will find Serpent Emblem number 7. And then we're going to move to the last one here, if I can actually get it there. The last one is pretty much right at the end of Chapter 2. Alright, moving along to the last one. Chapter 2, that is. So after you crawl through the second archway heading up the slope on the way out of the water, you'll see a big clay pot, bust it, and once you bust it, it's pretty obvious. It's right behind it off the side of the path. And that will complete Chapter 2, and we'll move along to Leon Chapter Trace. That's 3 for those of you who don't know French. Alright, so right as we begin Chapter 3, we're going to run down this little corridor here, and there's a room with 2 switches. Before you pull them switches, make sure you turn left and snipe this Serpent Emblem from the rocks up high. Alright, and then move along and hit those switches. A little bit further down, not much further, still in Chapter 3, obviously. There's 4 emblems per chapter, if you didn't catch on to that already. 20 per campaign. This one is going to be, you know, right as we get into the big water area, there will be a one of the coffins that's actually not in the water. And we'll find out one of these days. I kind of left this open as a point of reference so everyone could see exactly where I came in and where to go. But it's one of those ones that you run into this as long as you're going the right way. But you could miss it because it's, you know, an easy little pathway to miss. So once you get all the way over here, you can see there's a box. Crack open that there box. Any guesses what's inside? Any guesses? You guessed it. Serpent Emblem number 10. Alrighty. Now this next one is right after we push this giant boulder. We'll do a cool leap down. We did speed this up just a little bit because you got to make it back quite a ways here. But it's going to be off on the wall over the bridge, and we'll show you exactly where it is here after we pilfer some ammo. Looking for cross up there, and like I said, I did speed things up just a little bit because it is right over there in that corner. It's kind of hard to see if you don't have a sniper rifle, and as you can see, I take a few shots at it with a regular weapon and then go, better do the right thing here. Alright, and then we'll finally get it. Sorry it's taking so long. Sometimes my aim not so good. And then we'll move on to number 12, which will be the last one for Chapter 3. So we have the little swim off. We submerge ourselves, and after we come up, we're going to climb the mounted ladder and head up to the path. And you'll see it off to the left if you're looking there. And then on to Chapter 4. So after you've had the fight with the Lepotitsa, you're going to go ahead and head down the stairs. I get a little confused here. For some reason, I don't see it when I look the first time, even though you can clearly see it in the video. Boom. So I did speed it up a little bit, so that's why it's a little jerky. And there we go. So you just come down those stairs and bust a hard right and turn around and look back in the butt crack of the storage area, and you will find it. Same story, just pushed on a little further. We've gotten all the way through the cabin, and now we're going to go downstairs. Once you enter the kind of the glassed cased area with some containers in it, turn around and look on the wall behind you. There is a Serpent Emblem as well as a green herb. So make sure you get them green herbs, boys and ghouls. Alright, this one was a little frustrating for me. It actually took me quite a while to find it. As soon as you start in the market, don't move. You will see this little red sign, as you can see right there, and if you look really carefully with your sniper rifle, you should be able to see it just right over the top left side of that neon sign. And I'm just kind of taking some cracks at it. I was trying to show Mark where it was at first, and then I just got little fire happy there and busted it out. So this next one is real close. You take out one guy there. Actually, they're chickens. And then we're going to push ahead, and there's a guy that actually gets attacked up in front of you. But there's a pathway to the right, and I actually went too far. Cross calls me back and reminds me that I'm an idiot for going too far. And then we make our way to the back of this little pathway over here, and guess what we find? A little store on the side, and Bleakashow Emblem. On to Chapter 5 there. Alright, so we got a little partner sequence here. We kick open a gate, and we are running, following the officer's orders to get into this building so that blue smoke doesn't get us. As soon as those doors close, there's a quick little moment where we realize that we are lucky and they are not. And we'll advance, and if you're in a hurry, which you should be, because in a second here that window breaks and fills the whole room with blue smoke, so run, run, run. But there it is, sitting off onto the right-hand side before you go up the stairs. Oh, look at that. Skewered. You'll find this one on a truck out on the left-hand side of the street. Once you get, this is right after that, basically right after you see the prelude, the prologue again from this perspective. All right, and here we are moving along in Chapter 5, number 19, second to last one, right after this quick time event, which again we've seen before. We're going to go ahead and advance towards those doors. But before we get to that locked door, we're going to look on over to the right. And right behind that receptionist desk, on that cool little IKEA-looking shelf set up there, we're going to bust that Serpent Emblem. And here we are at the very end of Chapter 5, and at the end of Leon's campaign. We are going to run under the stairs before advancing up and look under and see a little doorway with the last Serpent Emblem in it. Alright, so little FYI, guys, we were going to go ahead and do individual walkthrough videos for each one of these. However, our content has matched copyright information. So if you guys want to look it up and see what that's all about, feel free. We're not going to go into great details about it. However, rather than do a whole bunch of movies and have them be copyright issued, we're going to do a few movies. So we've condensed them down. We will be doing a Serpent Emblem video for each of the 4 campaigns. And on top of that, we'll be putting together some trophy achievement videos too. So our playlist has kind of shrunk from potentially 80 to 100 videos to maybe like 10 to 20. So sorry about that. We're trying to actually work with Capcom to see what we can do about earning a little bit more usage rights so we can provide a little bit better videos without any complications. And we're not in trouble or anything like that. Just want to clarify that. But we don't want to use too much copyrighted material. Otherwise, we will be frowned upon. So, all right, that will wrap up Leon's campaign for the Serpent Emblems, where we found all 20 in Resident Evil 6. Feel free to comment, vote, subscribe if you like what we're doing. And head on over to Twitter, Facebook, and check out our new website. We just redid our website, and although we've been under attack and had a few hackers slow us down, they're not going to keep us down. So get on over, check out our new site, and until next time, I'll quit blabbing for now.